Here's the magic for the racket. This is just basic gasket maker stuff, heavy duty. Cut the tip at an angle. You have to clean out the tip every once in a while, because it does, or after every use, because it does get stuff built up. But if you look at the racket, the edge of these Prince rackets, the bumpers or grommets, the bumper guards, head guards, don't go all the way over just a little bit over the lip on that edge. So what happens is, my daughter likes to grind through that edge. So what I do is, I take a little bit of this, I run a thin bead around the outside edge, just kind of like lay a thin bead on there, and then I take just a regular business card, and I work it down. Always switch to a clean edge, because the stuff will start to pile up on you. And I just swipe a smooth, clean edge. I'll show you in a minute. And then here's what the finished product looks like. The finished product just has a nice, smooth, you can hardly even notice that it's there, little silicone bead around the outer edge. It's shiny now because it's not cured. Once it cures, it dries nice and kind of matches the bumper guard, and nobody really notices, especially a 15-year-old girl. They just want to know why their rackets are lasting so long. So it's a lot nicer than having to buy new rackets just because they grind through the head. You do have to replace the bumper guards, and I just do that when they finally get really worn out. Like this one's not so bad. If you look at that edge, it's still alive. I mean, there's still some color there, and she hasn't gone through the bumper guard itself. So here, I'll show you how I do a bead on there real quick, if I can get the camera propped up. A nice thin layer, not too much. You don't have to always go all the way over, because if you're right-handed or left-handed, there's a tendency that they don't grind too much on the other side. So, or scrape it. It's when they're stopping and they push the racket down into the ground, or when they're serving or something and they strike it down. So I just do that. Get another clean swipe across. Come back with another clean edge. I just keep turning the card in my hand until, as I get a clean edge. When the card's dirty, throw it away. I mean, business cards are cheap, so they're easy to use. I just keep doing that. Polish that over. And then just because there's a little bit of this front side edge, I just kind of try to clean that up a little bit by running the card around it. Sometimes you can just run your finger across it, because it doesn't, that front edge doesn't really get, any damage to it. And then I just take a paper towel, wipe it off. So there you go. You got a nice, smooth, clean little silicone protectant. It's high temp heat gasket material, so you do have to cure it overnight. I just set them up on a upside down bar stool in the rack here. I'll show you in a second. Let me get this next bead on. Not really scientific at all. The more you do it, the more practice you have at it, the better you get. It's like anything else. Throw that away, grab another card, and just smooth that edge out. All done. The camera probably shows too much detail. It looks a lot better to the naked eye. Has a lot less, a lot less imperfections, I guess. You don't see that much detail. And that's it. So these babies, I'll take these two, since I just did them. And I just keep a upside down bar stool, so I don't have to worry about them touching anything. I just set them in there. I usually have to do 3 rackets a night, or I usually do 3 rackets when I string them. I just set them like that, let them cure overnight, and they're great. Thanks, take care.